Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Darts. This is technically episode 104. I am laughing because my family literally just left, and I almost went ahead and went live a few minutes early so that you guys could get a glimpse and a piece of the absolute chaos in our household when it's time to leave in the mornings. Yeah, complete. It's crazy, but good morning, everybody. Excited to be here with you guys. This is the last episode before a break, and it's a lengthy break in my mindset because we really haven't had a break of this length. I've taken a little time off for things, but we're going to be taking a break after today for a couple of months. I initially had figured that the fourth quarter would probably be the deal, but as I've been working on stuff in the background, I think maybe we might be able to pull it off where we're not gone as long and I'm back on and we're all back chatting here from an American standpoint and before the World Championship. So we've got some fun stuff to talk about today. I want to talk a little bit more about the ladies and darts, and we'll talk a little bit about the tournament that's coming up this weekend, and of course, Gerwin Price's dominance, because I'm a Pricey fan. So those are things we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk a little bit about just kind of what you guys can expect as we do a relaunch and get going with Coffee and Darts. I think I'm going to change the time up. Either that or I'm going to do like recorded and then play recorded at this time. And a lot of that has to do with just getting kids out of the house and doing stuff. And Scottish Lad, dude, I love you, brother. You are the man. You always donate. I really love. I just thank you for that. And thank you for the review. If you guys haven't checked out, go to Scottish Lad on YouTube. If you haven't done that, he actually did an incredible review of the B-52, which I've got to put in orders for some more. That's all stuff that I'll talk about here in just a minute as to what you can see coming up. I'm kind of a Super Chin fan there, Roy Collins. I kind of like him, but he's in the last, and I'll get into that a little bit because in the last couple of, hey Tim, how's it going? Florida Darts there representing. And I have some things with Super Chin as to why I've kind of pulled away from my fandom for him, and it has a lot to do with his attitude and kind of how he acts. But he has done some cool stuff for charity. So, but let me start off the show in the proper way. I want to thank my sponsors, of course, Shot Darts. Shot Darts making incredible artwork that we get to throw. I mean, I just did my reviews finally of some of this cool stuff. I just want to grab this right here. These, I know you guys have seen reviews on these, the new Warriors. I finally got my reviews done in a manner where I felt comfortable with them. I'm editing them right now, so you'll see all that stuff this week. But huge fan of Shot Darts. The team over there is incredible. The artistry is incredible, and the barrels are awesome. If you haven't gotten your hands on a set of those, make sure you do, and then you'll start collecting them for sure. Just beautiful stuff. And then Jen Mounts and everybody over Magic Wear and A to Z Darts has just always been available to me. Jen hasn't been on the show in a while, but of course, you'll see that in the 2.0 version a little bit more. And of course, Dax, just got to talk with him a little bit more. Well, we have to talk about it. It's been a long time since we talked about, but in any case, these are things that are coming with 2.0. So huge shout out to everybody over at Magic Wear and Jen Mounts and just the designs that she has created for us, just like right off the bat. So it's really cool. If you're looking for some jerseys, definitely check them out. They do everything. She'll design any jersey you want for any activity you want. I'm going to leave it at that. You know, she likes to make donut ones. Don't know what that reference is to? Go check out Whiny Wednesdays. Wednesdays? You'll understand. I need some coffee. Good coffee. The only downside of this mug, Roy, is they really did the logo. It's not centered on the handle. But outside of that, it's pretty smoking hot. This is a black coffee mug with the Bullseyes and Brewskis logo. Love it. Came in a killer box, so it didn't break, and it was fast shipping. So if you want one, go check out Bullseyes and Brewskis and order yourself up one. They got other cool stuff there too. Make sure you're sporting those that are out there that are doing darts and having fun with it. So make sure you get that. I am waiting for the Bullseyes and Brewskis beer. Like, you guys need to get your own beer. I'm sure Paps does, or someone does, private label beer. And you guys can have Bullseyes and Brewskis beer. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. All right, let's talk a little darts. And speaking of Roy, and I know that you're watching, so I have a Patreon account, which there are a few fans that do donate there, which Roy has been, I think, was like the first person to ever donate. Really cool. Larry, and I think Larry's won like almost every single time. Larry definitely donates. So really much appreciate everybody that's doing that. I am going to be sending something to everybody as a little thank you. There's some new stuff that we have coming out, and so I'm going to send some stuff to you guys here in the next probably 5 to 6 weeks. We're testing out I have some new designs for t-shirts and stuff, and it's actually from a really cool designer who did some stuff for Shot. So be looking for that. Good morning, Dax. But I did a drawing, and I do a quarterly drawing. And if anybody wants to get in, you just got to go to Patreon and be a patron. You also get discounts if you order stuff. And with the new website coming out, there's going to be some cool stuff on there, some new shirt designs and stuff there. But we did the drawing earlier this morning because I had Dylan help me. I was going to do it right first thing, but it just didn't happen. We had a little blow up this morning. Dylan was having a bad morning. So I had him pull a name, and Roy Collins was the name that was drawn from the hat. So Roy is my quarterly winner. Roy, I'll reach out to you because I want to talk to you about some of the other stuff that we've come up and see if you want one of those. Outside of that, we will, I got stuff you can pick from, or unless you want some more B-52s, maybe you want some soft tips for the wifey because she does hit white horses with the B-52 soft tips. Just pointing that out because it's a nice barrel. All right. Let's talk darts. I want to talk some more about the ladies' darts, okay? So last week, I kind of got on a little bit of a soapbox in regards to ladies' darts and how, in all honesty, they need a little bit more love for sure. We need to certainly be integrating them into all the play. Now, of course, they have the opportunity to get a tour card just like anybody else. Lisa Ashton happens to have a tour card. So we're seeing the ladies break through, and I think we'll see 1 or 2 more this year. And it's that progression. It's the 4-minute mile. One person does it, and then all of a sudden everybody knows you can do it, and then the next year 12 people do it. So like Lisa Ashton got through. We've seen Fallon really dominate, have a dominating presence when she's played against the men. So I think over the next year or 2, you're going to see that breakthrough. And I know that everybody over the PDC has always said, hey, look, it's open. It's fair game. Anybody can come and give this a run. And so we're starting to see it. We're starting to get there. The thing that we need to see more of is more darts for women on a competitive nature. Now, you go to a lot of these tournaments that you've got, it's as much as there are some tournaments that are super competitive where you really have that competitive edge. But a lot of let's just be honest, are, hey, let's hang out and do stuff. I don't want to put it at the softball level because when you go to softball tournaments, most players are super, super, super competitive when you go to a softball tournament. It's been a little while since I've been to one, but all the ones I ever went to, like the competitiveness was off the charts until you lost. And then it was like, dude, let's drink and have fun. It wasn't, let's start drinking, have fun while we're competing. It's, we compete until we win the damn thing. When you go to a lot of darts tournaments, at least the few that I've been to that aren't professional, everybody's having a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that competitive level isn't necessarily there. And why I say that is because a lot of those tournaments where we see like soft tip and stuff that bring the ladies in, that's kind of where I'm getting at with that. Maybe we need some more competitive style stuff for the ladies, more competitive style stuff in the United States that have to do with darts. Over in Europe, seriously competitive. It's a thing there. Here, it's still considered, let's have fun, hang out, drink. It's kind of like, we'll just go to the bar and throw some darts, and hey, someone will get drunk enough to put their hand up there and we'll see if we can hit it. That's kind of what we see here in America currently. It is changing. Darts is becoming more prevalent. I think things with Champ Darts being out there and how much they're pushing, huge shout out to those guys. If you're not supporting and following them and doing something in regards to that, you really need to, because that's pushing darts to an extremely competitive, sporty type thing. And they have some stuff that they're literally on the fence, teetering into where you're going to see darts mainstreamy-ish. That's about all I can say about that. But there is the opportunity for darts to be considered, taken out of the back room of the dart bar and brought into mainstream focus and view, kind of like volleyball. If you remember, volleyball was just the beach. Everybody's the beach, girls in like bikinis at the beach, and smoking hot, tall dudes, which it wasn't always tall guys, by the way, because I played volleyball and I'm short. The courts were bigger and it was a whole nother game back then. And we didn't have this, we had side out ruling. We didn't have the stupid clock and all that. And like matches would last forever. There are some epic matches. I know I'm getting into volleyball. Sorry. There are some seriously epic matches in volleyball that literally ended because it got too dark, and then they picked up and started playing where they left off the next morning. Those are some epic matches, and normally the next day, everybody's a little bit more tipsy. But that is volleyball at the time, and now, of course, it's more mainstream. It's been TVized, and I think we're about to see that with darts here in America. So just be on the lookout for that. And I want to give a big shout out to Tim and everybody at Florida darts players. They, again, are pushing the envelope, especially with the online play. Love what they're doing. Jason, the bearded dart guy, I know that he and his relationship with Galaxy is really blown up. He and Sharon and everybody there, and he's working for them now. And they're really kind of pushing the envelope to drive things, which is great. Super huge shout out to him. If you're looking for some deals on darts as well, definitely follow him if you're not already currently following him. If you have someone that wants to get into darts, shoot him a link for him for Galaxy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's stuff there. If you haven't checked out A to Z darts as well, highly recommend it. Everybody bitches about, there's specifically one person in general that bitches about the cost of darts here in America, that you can buy them cheaper overseas and have them shipped to you. The reality is you're going to get really quality darts here in America. You can find them at a reasonable price if you're starting out and you're supporting America. I'm going to leave it at that. It's a soapbox I'd love to get on at some point. I'm just going to kind of leave it there. Quality does matter. The pitting of the metal does matter. The quality in the barrel does matter. Just does. And supporting local does matter. So there you go. Where was I? I forgot my soapbox about all that. So TV, saw women darts. So we need to see more of that. We saw this past weekend. It was pretty cool. The problem I have with the PDC here, outside of their website, another soapbox. It's my last show. I'm taking a break for a while. I'll do this if I want to. The ads that they have decided to slap all over the PDC, all these stupid ads that keep popping up. Guys, no, that is a big no-no. You are a corporation. You're not some cheesy fly-by-night guy that's trying to get people to click on ads so you can get 25 cents off the dang ad. Stop it. Get rid of them. Let them go. If you want to sell ad space to darts people and to others that have information that's good for the darts community, cool. Sell the space. They're called banner ads. Sell them. Have someone pick up a phone and call. Someone called me and said, hey, Matt, we'll throw your thing up there for $150 a month. Guess what? Totally would have done it, because you're not making that much off. Like, there's an ad right. I'm looking at the PDC website right now. There's an ad for Malignant. Okay. I can watch on HBO Max or in theaters right now. I can click on that and you guys are going to get 20 cents. Has nothing to do with darts. Don't really care about it. Please sell some standard banner ads and get this crap off of your website, PDC. Anybody knows anybody over there that can actually make a decision? This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen on a business website. Dumb, dumb, dumb. All right, off my soapbox on that one. So, other thing, PDC. Next soapbox for you guys. Sorry, guys, I'm just going off. It's my show. I can do that. You don't have to watch if you don't want to watch. Why are you running the women's tournament at the same time you're running a tournament that the guys are at? What the hell is that? You got the Gibraltar, which, by the way, Gerwin Price clobbered that one, so maybe he did give something to Fallon and MVG. I'm just saying, maybe. And then you have the ladies going. Can't watch both at the same time. Some of us did because we were able to kind of make that work, but most people aren't going to be able to do that. Don't do that. Have the ladies tournament be the ladies tournament. Make it the predominant thing on that weekend. Hello? There are plenty of time that you had off there. There was like 5 weeks we went without darts. Could have done the ladies somewhere in there. You would have had eyeballs. Stop screwing the ladies out because you got to have this other tournament going. Just stop. Run it at a different time. You have plenty of time, plenty of weekends. You could have done that. You could have taken care of the ladies so that they got all the eyeballs instead of eyeballs going back and forth. All right? Off my soapbox again. If someone can get in touch with someone over there and make sure that that happens, or if they want to call me and talk to me, here's my number, 760-623-9233. Tell them to call me. Be happy to talk to them. All right, ladies darts. So we talked last week about Fallon and whether or not she deserved the hype. And she kind of backed it up this past weekend with making it to the final 5 out of the 6 times, if I'm correct. Winning 3 of them. Winning the last one against Lisa Ashton. She lost twice to Lisa Ashton. So, yeah, she showed that she got the darts. She can manage from week to week and be able to pull it off. Now, if we were to do an actual order of merit, which there is an order of merit for the ladies, but if we were to do, well, here's what it is. So we have Fallon Sherrock. Okay, here we go. This is the best part. She got 4,300 pounds for all of those wins and for those 2 days. Really? Come on, guys. Throw a little bit more cash flow there, okay? Lisa Ashton came in just under her at 39.50 on the poundage. And then Deeda Headman. So Deeda, if you don't know who Deeda is, man, she is so much fun to watch. She's been playing darts. I mean, she has been 29 a couple of times, okay? She was the first female to actually beat a male in any competitive nature. It just wasn't televised. It wasn't at the World Championships. Okay, that's where Fallon gets her claim to fame, and rightfully so. But Deeda is phenomenal and fun to watch. She gets a little nervy sometimes. You can get under her skin more than when she was younger. Like when she was younger, she was just a dominant person, and people feared her. Yeah, so much fun to watch her play. Let's see, Anastasia getting in there. Who else was like? Miyakura, she did okay. I don't know. I expected more out of her. I expected her to be in the top 3, to be honest. I think she just had a bad weekend. The problem is she had a bad weekend, and there you go. There's not enough play for them to actually have good weekends, bad weekends, and bounce back. It needs to be. So some good darts there. Was kind of really fun to see that. Lorraine, who has been on our show, she, I think, came in 12th overall. She had a good first day. Second day wasn't as hot, but it was fun to see her play, and she was doing good. And honestly, Lorraine, if I was single and I was over in Scotland, I don't know. No, I'm just, I like Lorraine. She's got a great personality. So, and if you haven't seen that, she was on our show. Go back and check that out. So there's your order of merit. Now, if we were to take 2 years of order of merit for the ladies, like we tend to do for the guys, I think this would flip. I think Fallon would be either second or third based on last year's performance, and Lisa would be in front because Lisa was dominant last year, but they only do it based on 1 year. So we will see Fallon at the Palace, and we will see how she does there. So there's the ladies, and that's it. there's your ladies for the year from PDC. Woohoo! Kind of sad in that regard. Okay. I've been looking at a totally different screen, so I've been seeing what you guys are putting up there. So Barry Hearn retired, right? Yes, Bob. And Dave says that Lisa is better. Okay, I'm reading some of your comments. Sorry, guys. I kind of... cool. What's up, Mattis? What's up, Daniel? What's up? Okay, so I read some of your comments. Cool. Let's talk a little bit more about Gerwin Price, dominant this past weekend. I don't know what elbow issue he had the weekend before, but apparently it went away. I don't know. He probably had some Taco Bell or something on the way home, and that cured his elbow issues because he certainly dominated. But we have a tournament coming up this weekend where he has won before. This is a tournament that Gerwin Price likes. He has a tough draw. It's a 50-50 shot, tough draw, first round, first night. This tournament, which is the World Grand Prix, this is when we say triples for show, doubles for dough. This is the tournament where doubles for dough is ultimately straight up the answer. I would suck at this because my doubles are good sometimes and they're bad sometimes. But this is a tournament where your doubles matter 100%. More so than scoring. Heavy scorers can find themselves really out of this tournament if their doubles are not on. So with that said, speaking of Gerwin Price, and he is playing Michael Smith, I have heard Michael Smith say in the past that he doesn't practice. This was years ago too, that his double practice, he always looked at the double as being a bigger segment of the board because it's longer than the triple. So he made a comment about how doubles don't matter as much. But this is a tournament where doubles do matter. And I think that's potentially where we're going to see him kind of mess up. I think Gerwin Price gets by Michael Smith. I love Michael Smith. Jacob loves Michael Smith. Michael Smith is fun. He's family guy, a lot of fun. But I just don't. His game's been a little off the last couple of years, and I think Gerwin gets by. But this is the tournament. If you've got friends watching or anything, they're going to be super confused because this is where we go for doubles to get to scoring, and then you got to double out. So if you didn't know that, you know that now. Most of you watching this program do know that. But give you guys a quick rundown of what we can see Sunday, October 3rd. We are going to see Kleemaker against Mervyn King. That should be a good one. Not even sure who's going to win that one. That's a good one. Then we have Dirk Vandenberg against Luke Humphreys. Again, I think Luke takes this. I really do. Luke's been pretty on fire. He's dropped a couple stones like that. I didn't say pounds. And he's maturing quite a bit. I think this is going to, I just think he gets this one. Then we have Stephen Bunting against Daryl Gurney, Roy's favorite Super Chin. Which here's my thing with Super Chin, Roy, just so you know. He's kind of become a little bitch, a little bit of an a-hole. When he first really started to come to prominence in the PDC, this was a couple years back, where MVG made comments that he'll never, he's not a good darts player and all that other stuff. But when he really started to show himself about 5-6 years ago, he was still young. He wasn't as cocky. He really was enjoying it. It was about the game. And ever since he's had some real success within it, he seemed to get a little bit of a little bit of a chin on his shoulder and have a little bit of an attitude. I remember running into him in Vegas. He just had this "I'm too good for you" type of attitude there, while a lot of other players are just normal people and they love the fans. He seemed to not be that way. Okay, he was a complete a-hole to everybody that was coming up to him. Bottom line. And that kind of turned me off. And stuff I've watched out of him, he kind of isn't a fan type guy. Does he play good darts? He plays good darts, but he's very erratic. Very, very erratic, and has not been really on par as much of late. Now, he's done some good stuff, but then he's really bad. It's kind of, he and Michael Smith are kind of living in that real, poor Michael Smith just can't seem to get over the edge. But, so that's my problem with Daryl Gurney. But he's going up against Stephen Bunting, who knows? Who knows what we're going to see there? I think Daryl wins. That's my pick. Then we have Chizzy against Menser. Chizzy takes that. I think Chizzy just, his scoring ability, except for Menser on that double 14 is pretty deadly. I don't know. It really depends on who gets in first, but I think Dave will take on that. Then we have Joe Cullen against Ross Smith. Now, Ross Smith, nothing to shake a stick at, man. I mean, that guy's got some play, but I think Joe gets through this one. I think his ability to get in and play is going to be more dominant for sure. Then we have a cool one, James Wade against Damon Hetta. I'm going to go with Wadey just because his ability to, again, this is a tournament that really favors him. Double ends. He just seems to be dominant on that, and he's very good at getting the high out. He's not a big scorer, but if you've got a ton plus out that has to be taken, James just for some way, that's just what he does. But he's very good on the doubles as well. So I think he'll get in and score, and he'll blow by this pretty easily. And if you haven't watched, James has his own little channel right now with a buddy of his. It's pretty interesting. I think they have filmed all of it in like one day. They all kind of look like the same thing, but go check that out. They're pretty funny. It's pretty interesting. You get good insight into who James is. He would be a really fun player to do kind of that. You'll follow around with a camera for a bit. I think there's a couple players. I think that would be a really cool thing. PDC, look, man, I'm giving you guys stuff. Look, should hire me. Like, I'm giving you stuff. I'm telling you how to do it and make it work. But that, I think, would be cool. Kind of, like day in a life of a couple different darts players and just hang out with them, see what it's like. Or even the full-blown, let's just follow someone around for a year or a bunch of players, kind of like the Netflix thing did with Formula One. That would blow darts up huge. So Netflix, dude, get the cameras out there. PDC, go talk to them. Let's see what they did for Formula One. Let's see what they do that with darts. And let me tell you, the numbers would go sky high. The money would be awesome. Do it. Do it now. Okay. Then we have Gerwin Price against Michael Smith. Again, I think Price just takes that. I think Price, he ends up in the final of this one. Who he will be against, I'm not sure. But I think he ends up at least in the final, if not winning this tournament. I think he's going to be very strong coming into the World Championships again. I just think he's setting his game up, and he had a really nice break at the beginning of the year, which broke his wallet a little too. Sorry, bud. And then to wrap out the first round, we got Dimitri Vandenberg against Ryan Searle. It's like we have hip hop against heavy metal. This is going to be pretty interesting. Maybe Ryan can come out and do a dance too. I don't know, a little headbanger thing going. That's going to be a fun one. I really don't know where to go because Ryan can get there and become consistent, and he can dominate. We've seen that in the past. He's a fun darts player to watch. He definitely throws a brick at the board. Just a lot of fun. And Dancing Dimitri, again, depends on how and what comes of him, but he really, I think there's two things for him. One, he's got to not get in his own head. Excuse me. And two, I love the fact that he feels like I should win every tournament. You can see that in him. Like, that's the problem with that is when he has a hiccup, he's like, wait a second, I'm supposed to dominate and I'm not supposed to do this. And that's what gets into his head. He needs to understand that there are valleys in, as you're playing and how to come out of them. So I think that'll be fun. And then Monday, we got Darius Labanauskas against Brendan Dolan. Ooh, Labanauskas. Colin Rids against Johnny Clayton. I'm sorry. Colin's been playing really well, but Johnny Clayton takes that. Vincent Vandervoort against Gabriel Clemens. I don't know. I really don't know. Gabriel's kind of been a little off. And again, Vincent has his dominant past. He does well in this tournament, though, so I'm not sure what we're going to see out of him in regards to that. Then we have Nathan Aspinall against Krzysztof Rutkowski. I personally believe that Krzysztof takes this. Now, the Asp is awesome, but Rutkowski is the most underrated player in the PDC. He is a serious dominant cat. He knows how to hit the doubles that he needs, and he can just clobber that trip 20. So I think he takes it. Gary Anderson against Ian White. I don't know. It depends on if Gary Anderson decides he wants to play or not. I would normally pick Gary Anderson off of that, but Ian can be pretty, I don't know. That's a coin flip for me. Peter Wright, Rob Cross. This is, to me, is really the match of the first 2 days. Again, we know that Rob can play. He's got a world championship. Oh, guess who? What? Peter Wright has a world championship. What? No way. I think Peter Wright dominates here. Unfortunately, Rob is really erratic. But I do love his story, and I love everything about Rob. He's awesome, but I'm a huge Peter Wright fan, so that gets a little favoritism. I'll be very honest, a little favoritism for Peter Wright because of that. But I just think right now he's very dominant, playing very well, and I think he'll do, as long as he's not throwing it at a double 10. Peter, stay away from the double 10s, man. Stay away from the double 10s. And then MVG against Danny Norbert. Again, I don't know. It depends on what MVG shows up. Danny's a good player. Do not rule him out to go on this one. He got a good head on him. I don't know. If MVG just depends what barrel he's playing. I really don't know on that one. Not betting on that one. And then Jose de Sousa against Glenn Durant. Sorry, Jose wins that down out. It's not even a match. Jose's just going to throw at the the double 20s the whole time. He's not even going to go away from any other segment. Double 20, double 20, double 20, double 20, double 20, double 20. And that's how he's going to beat Glenn. He's just going to double 20 the whole stinking thing out. And then Glenn, I don't know. It's Glenn. I love that Glenn came over from the BDO and he's been pretty dominant, done well. This year just hasn't been a year for him. But you know what? We play the darts because you never know. Jose may count wrong. He may not understand that he's supposed to go for the double, and he, might go for singles instead and not understand why he's not scoring. I don't know. It will be interesting. So there you go. Some darts coming up. My take on some of the stuff with the ladies darts. My take with the PDC and their dang website and their stupid ads. And yes, a Netflix special will be awesome. And Dave, you just heard who MVG. I'm sorry, I'm seeing your comments right there. But so thank you, Bob, for the double 20. Loving that, but we've seen it in a tournament, so that's why I think he'll crush it. I don't know. By the way, cool mug. Available at Bullseyes and Brewskis. So there you go. Some darts coming up. Me complaining about the PDC and the ladies darts and their stupid ads. I really hope, and I'm going to get on my little soapbox here for those that are from Champ Darts. I really hope we can see a ladies tournament of some sort this next year. I think that would be really cool. And we need to figure out a way to kind of combine. We need to do that. I think that'll help everything out as a whole. So, all right, there's some darts. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the idea and why the break. I know we've talked a little bit over the last 2 weeks. I'm going to go a little more in depth in that. Tell you some of the other side stuff that kind of has crept in for me. So bottom line with this is I have always wanted to do something with darts. Like I had a podcast a couple years ago where I would just do a podcast. I actually had a channel on Alexa Shh. But you guys won't be able to hear it, but it's pretty cool. She farts. If you have an Alexa, ask her to fart. It's hilarious. But actually, like, I did that. I had a podcast that was just about dart. Like, I would just talk about everything that was going on with darts kind of in the US. I would talk about the local stuff. And then I had an Alexa thing where you could ask her for the darts news, and my program would come on, and it was just kind of that. It was a 10-minute little clip of everything. So, I mean, these are the things I did years ago. The goal and idea has always been to produce and come up with a good show. I mean, in my head, it's ESPN of darts. Like, we've got a darts segment on ESPN. This would be like a half-hour thing where we just really hammer away. And we get a call from ESPN and say, "We want your stuff." I mean, that's my goal. That's my desire, is to have like a booth type of thing. I mean, going big picture, I want a coffee and darts bar. I want a place where you can come in the morning, get your coffee. It's big, like 10,000 square foot type place with place for coffee to hang out, sit with dart boards everywhere, soft tip, steel tip, Phoenix boards, everything available. And then there's a studio like in the back that's where we do like the ESPN darts type of thing, and we do interviews. And I mean, that's my brainchild of what I'd love to get to. And then in the evenings, the coffee bar, there's also the liquor part to it that opens up. And so we got some booze. We got some liquor and beer and stuff. We got the Bullseyes and Brewskis beer, all that stuff. That's kind of the brainchild. That's where I want to go. If I win the lottery, $400 million, you're going to see that, and you'll see a couple of them. But that's the idea. That's what's here. So, but to get started, I need to make this better. There's another program that I'm playing with that I've got to buy the next little piece to learn to actually make all this flow better. To make the calls better, to make cuts, me bringing stuff in and out will really flow. Now, the program I'm currently using, I've talked to them. They have some of the pieces that I'm looking for that they're implementing right now. So it may work. The biggest problem I have with them is I can't have two cameras at the same time in my studio. I can have someone else on, but I want two cameras at the same time. So I can do this and then look at this camera with my information here, and I can come back over here and my information's here. So that's kind of the hope. But the other program does it. This program might be doing it. There you go. Call-in show on Discord. So that's where some of this is going. Graphics, I've been working on some videos. I'm just not the guy. So I'm taking what I've done and I'm handing it off to someone else to do really cool intro, to have some stuff for shot. That's a really cool intro for them, a cool intro for Magicware, things of that nature. So it's more showy. We'll have like a little commercial that drops in that could be a shot commercial while I'm in the background getting my papers and the next segment ready. All of that stuff. So that's the idea, to do the interviews, bring in interview clips. Like right now, I can have a clip and be like, "Hey, here's an interview I did with Damon Hetta," and kind of key that in, and then be like, "Hey, if you want to watch the full thing, go over to here." Just the whole gamut. So that's the idea of what I'm working on over the next couple of months. I'm also trying to find somebody or some people to kind of join and team up. You look at the bearded dark guy. Look at Jason. Jason has been able to team up with Sharon and the Galaxy crew and all that, and that has helped him blow past me, and he's just massive. Will Stewart, and being able to get into USA Darts production and do that and blow past. And these are guys that were able to leave what they were doing work-wise and put 100% into that. I'm just not in that position. I live in a state where everything is stupid expensive, and I have a wonderful wife, but she wants to be a home mom, which means me got to make all the money. And my kids go to private school because it's the only place they can go to school right now on top of that. So it's all those things. I'm like, I got to work. And I got to produce like crazy here. Hopefully we move. That is another thing that could happen in the next 3 months. We'll know in the next couple of weeks a little bit more. We're looking again. I think right now, Maryville, Tennessee is kind of the potential. We looked at Oklahoma. I met an incredible guy this past weekend. They were talking about Oklahoma. They actually own a toy company. They manufacture toys. I'll get back to that in a second. But they're moving to Oklahoma, and they were telling us all about it. And like they've got this massive mansion they're building and all this cool stuff. And it's a gated community with lake and all this other really like total customized house. Really cool. For nothing, really. I mean, they are spending quite a bit, but out here it would be like a $10 million house. There, it's like an $800,000 house. Seriously, pretty cool. But so we're looking. That's a potential that would help drastically because we would sell what we have here, pay cash for what we have there, and have money left over, and we could figure out the work stuff. And I could have a studio in the basement. Larry, I could have a bomb shelter with a studio in it. Larry sent me a video of a guy who has an F1 bomb shelter student. It was pretty cool. But or I guess tornado shelter. It's not a bomb shelter. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's America. But so those are all pieces that play into all this. Okay. I just want to let you guys know what's going on. But so that I've got some new design elements, been working on website stuff. The website's probably going to go down for a couple of weeks and then come back with some new stuff. Some of my printers and distributors of stuff just let me know that, hey, some of the designs they don't have blanks. Like this hat design, the black on black, I just found out they don't have it. They don't know when they're going to have it back in, and it's on the website. You can order it, and someone actually did order it, and I had to let them know that, guess what? We don't have it. So that's just some stuff coming on. That's happening. Oh, yeah, and thanks, Bob Hamill. Tim Way over at DPFL. Those guys are killing it as well. They're doing really well with stuff. So that's kind of that. Some little side fun stuff that you may see happen at the same time. Talk about the toy guy. We were chatting, and they don't have anybody to do product reviews, which, by the way, I did a bunch of product reviews this last couple of days. Well, end of last week and last couple of days. This shot stuff I got in and other things. So I'm just editing some stuff, and I got to send it to my editor to clean it up, and then I'll get it back. And so you'll see that. I know I've been promising everybody stuff like that. I just have not been happy with what I've been shooting lately. I'll go do it and I watch it and I'll be like, that's crap. Not putting it out. It's like worse than my normal crappy stuff. Figure that one out. Okay. So look for that. But then I talk to this toy guy. They're like, hey, we don't like we send some stuff to YouTubers, but like we were talking about Funko Pops predominantly. He's like, oh yeah, we do. We manufacture some custom stuff, Funko Pops, exclusives. They print plastic stuff. They do things for a number of YouTubers, as a matter of fact, in the kids market, and then they do Star Wars stuff and other things. I was like, this is totally cool. And we started, we talked about Funko Pops, and they've done some special edition Funko Pops, and basically they said, hey, we'd love to talk to you about you reviewing some of this stuff as it comes out. Either they would set up a room in their facility, which isn't too far from here. So it's probably 15 minutes from where I live, or whatever. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. They're talked to me a couple times, and we'll see where things go. But that could be really cool. I don't know. Just something kind of little fun side thing for Dylan and Caitlin and I to do. It wouldn't be like this. It's not going to take up any time, I don't think, but it was just kind of cool to have the conversation. So there's that. Who yelled my name? So that was just something cool that happened this weekend. But really, it's a matter of growing this and making this an exciting thing here in America. There's plenty of stuff over in Europe. There's a lot of Europeans that think I'm probably a knucklehead that doesn't know anything about darts, but I absolutely love the sport. I was not only up at 4:30 Sunday while I was at a hotel, on vacation-y type thing, doing marriage stuff with the wife. We were at a marriage retreat this past weekend, which was off the charts. It was really cool. Super fun. That's where I met we met this couple from Oklahoma, that toy thing and all that. But I got up to watch darts. Cindy thought I was crazy because I'm hiding in the corner. This massive hotel room. It was really cool what they put us up and for the retreat for nothing. Like the retreat was less than $500. These rooms rent or go out at like for something, anywhere from like $285 to $500, depending on the day of the week. And we were there on a prime like weekend, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So anyway, I kind of had a little corner where I could hide out. They had an 80-inch TV, and I was like, babe, can I put it on that at 4 o'clock in the morning? And she said no. I don't know why. But so I had darts and F1 going, but that's my love of darts. Is like I literally will get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to watch darts. But I have been sent messages from others across the pond. Not that they were mean messages, just kind of like, who do you think you are, darts guy? But that's what I would say to someone that was in England that was like, hey, we're going to start the Kansas City Chiefs channel. I'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? But if they knew their stuff, I'd be okay with it. Anyway, there you go. That's about all I got today. We're going to go dark for a little while. We're going to come back. Hopefully bigger, better, stronger. It's going to be kind of like the Bionic Man. If you don't understand that reference, you're young. But I think that's the idea. I'm not going really anywhere. I'm still going to be watching darts. I'll be watching darts this weekend. I'll be playing in the stucco. That's like a side of a building. On Sunday, I am ordering a new tablet today. Thank you for reminding me, because I think the matches I've been playing where it's been glitchy, Roy. It was my tablet. My tablet's like ancient that I have hooked up to my grand board just because that's what I've used it for. And in the last year, it's become very, very glitchy. So I'm buying a new tablet today. I will remember to do that specifically for that, so that it won't be super glitchy, because my internet in this room, I mean, all my computers are actually plugged in with an Ethernet cable. And then so from a wireless standpoint, my router's literally right up there. Can't really see because it's off camera. And then my grand board's right there. So why wouldn't I have good signal? It's because shitty tablet. So there you go. All right, guys. Well, it's loads of fun. I love hanging out with you guys. Really do. I am going to miss this, but I think it'll be better when we come back. I may, depending on what time the Target launch is tomorrow. What do I have tomorrow? Depending on the Target launch tomorrow, I may do that live, as in figure that out. I know that there's a plenty of other people out there in the social media world that will be doing it live, so check that out. But I will certainly comment. I got to see what time it is. I don't know. I got my invitation, which was pretty cool. Thank you so much from Target for sending that. So I'm going to try and do something. I will certainly talk about them. What time? I know. I don't know what time it is. But it's tomorrow. So Target launch tomorrow. So guys, thank you so much for hanging with me. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, everybody that's like Tim. I mean, Tim checks this out. Dax, you guys, it's awesome. And I will miss you guys. And I love to hang out in the chat. And I'll still be around. I'll still be posting elsewhere and all that stuff. We're just going to take this piece away for a little bit to work on it. And if anybody has suggestions or ideas, shoot them my way. Tim, I know you guys are doing a lot of stuff online. You might have a suggestion or something. Please feel free to shoot that my direction. Hopefully we can do something a little studio that's better than this. I used to have everything over here pointing at that wall, and it just kind of took up space in here. And my wife now has a little gymnastics thing she does. She does gymnastics 2 days. She doesn't do it. But she has a gymnastics teacher who comes, and we just set up all the stuff at a park. And these little kids get to run around and do gymnastics and learn. It's super cool. But we have a pile typically over here of that stuff, which is out of screen. But so anyway, basically what I'm saying is I may get a space that's a studio that we can really set up, or I may buy a tough shed and jam it in the backyard and piss my kids off because I take up some of the room because we don't have a big backyard. But I may do that and get like a 14 by 14 and set everything up and make it really cool. I don't know. Still working that one out. But guys, feel free to hit me up over this next couple of months while we're dark, but we won't be completely dark. I don't know. I'm just sad to go, and that's why I'm rambling on right now. But again, I'll be around. Let's do darts, talk darts, and I'll be commenting and posting in regards to tournaments that are happening. And the The goal in my head is to be ready by World Championships, which is mid-December, to relaunch and get back in and have this going. My thought is that it'll probably be the beginning of the year. Just depends on how much I can get done before holiday stuff happens. Plus, my oldest son is getting married in 3 weeks. And I already know that I've got some stuff to do in there, and they want some of this. We got a lot of it. But so that's what's going on in my life. Love you guys. Gonna miss you, but I'll still be around. Please hit me up. And again, if you have any ideas of how we can make this better, shoot them my way. Or if there's things you're like, Matt, you suck at this, or you shouldn't be doing it, just shoot. And if you guys are like, hey, Matt, please don't come back on. You suck. I'll take that too. I'll file it away. I'm not going to listen to you, but you're welcome to say that. I don't care. If you have constructive criticism, I will certainly listen to that. Thank you. All right, guys, ladies, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging in over the past year plus. We will be back soon. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. Enjoy the darts. And yes, make sure that you catch the target launch tomorrow. And much, much, much more important, support Shot Darts. They are, in my opinion, is what matters on this show, the best darts manufacturer out there. They love the darts community better than anybody else. They're not about the profits and the money. They are, but they're not. They're about the darts community. So definitely give them some love and hook them up for sure. And Jen Mounts and everybody over at Magicware, I'm sorry. They are, in my opinion, the best at doing what they do. And again, you're not going to, John Baxter and his wife and everybody there absolutely loves darts and the darts community, and they will do what they can to help anything out. If you've got a tournament that needs a little bit of love, give them a call. If you need a tournament that needs video, because USA Darts Productions, they own that, give them a call. Seriously, they will totally work and help you guys out. I don't know how much Bearded Dart Guy is doing that anymore. I know he's doing it a while, but I know USA Darts Productions is all over the place. Will Stewart will come and commentate and take care of whatever your needs are in that regard. And I don't think Darts Players Florida is doing that stuff yet. So again, give them a ring. Thanks, guys. I will catch you soon for sure.